The problem of overweight and obesity is a national epidemic affecting millions of children. In fact, childhood obesity is the fastest growing and most threatening disease in America. Significant concern exists over the high rates of overweight and obesity among American Indian children and their higher rates of chronic diseases such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease, and, unfortunately, premature deaths from these health conditions. In addition to genetic factors, environmental and behavioral factors have a significant effect on weight.
Some of the factors that contribute to childhood obesity would be the types of foods that kids are eating these days. A lot of sodas, for example, and chips, things that are either high in sugar or high in saturated fats, and those would be the fats that stick to your arteries and eventually lead to heart disease in the long run. And then sugar, the reason why we're concerned about sugar is the fact that sugar eventually turns to fat in your body is one, and so that contributes to obesity. And then sugar itself, if you get a lot of sugar in your blood and your body's not able to get rid of it, then eventually you're gonna get diabetes. So we're concerned about that when it comes to kids.
Native American adolescents. Who are they? What do we know about them? For many, the time of adolescence is a crossroads, a time to choose who they will become and where and how they will live. Underage alcohol.
It makes me very angry to know that there are community members, people that you know, maybe too, that do contribute to the increase of use in alcohol, if not alcohol, drinking, drugging too as well. And I feel like that's not a part of where we should be. However, unfortunately, that's what happens in communities, especially I think Native communities. It's more so rampant. So anywhere else that our own community people contribute to the demise, in the sense of a young person.
There's a certain amount of information about the negative things that are out there, drugs and alcohol and that kind of stuff. But if you empower young people to be able to make positive choices and know what's the difference between what's going to be good for them and what's going to hurt them, that's what I think of as resilience. And I think they know how to manage themselves if they've been through a process where people have helped them develop those skills. Then once they've got them, they're on their way.
We have a new initiative. It's called, the official title of the program is called She Shots. And She Shots is a Laguna word. And the basic translation of that is my strength. So the program is based on helping incarcerated females and incarcerated juvenile females who have gone through the criminal justice system here in the Pueblo of Laguna. So these are young women and women who have issues with addictions, alcoholism, drug addictions, also who are in the criminal justice system. So
project that she said, you know what? Why don't you build like a wall with water trickling down it, like a water wall? Immediately, I started picturing in my mind where it would be positioned,
Okay.
what it would look like, what the shape of it would be. She mentioned to me that the sound had to be a very delicate sound, like a rainfall sound instead of like a waterfall sound.
Right. And it's just something where she can turn it on with a switch and it
Simple switch.
goes on.
And there's actually, underneath this decorative brown rock is a 500-gallon reservoir that's tilted, and we have a 5,500 gallon per hour pump.
Oh my goodness.
There's a little access panel actually right here in this area where if she clears
Oh,
off
underneath the rock. Okay.
she can pull the metal grate out.
Right.
And she's got access to her pump and everything that she'd need to do there. And then that pump pumps through 2-inch diameter pipe, which actually flips outside, and you see there's a little red valve to
Oh, yeah.
do a pressure release and actually drain the pond.
Well, Doreen, what else do you have here in the front yard? I'd love to walk around.
Oh, let's go.
I'll follow you.
Okay. So this is the front garden, and I have really enjoyed the fragrance in my front garden. I like the smell of many plants. And one of the plants that's very, very fragrant is this chocolate flower. And it smells wonderful. Smells just like chocolate.
We smelled it
Yes,
coming
we
up to your house this morning. It's so wonderful. It makes you crave hot chocolate or some sort of candy bar or something.
The thing about this plant, though, that is interesting is in order to have the fragrance of this, it's usually in the morning with the sun on it for a little while, and then as the sun gets warmer and warmer, it closes up.
The flowers droop.
And, and you don't have the fragrance. So this is an ideal time to be able to smell that. Another plant that I really enjoy its fragrance is this desert sage here, and you can just use your hands like that and smell it, and it has just a wonderful smell. It just finished flowering.